Hi all, I'm Pavani and I'm coming from Annadarsh College and I'm currently pursuing my final year chemistry, and I came to Saitech for doing my internship project on epo coating, that is polyurethane epoxy coating. So now I'm going to explain you about the steps involved in the epoxy coating. The first step is degreasing. So basically degreasing is nothing but cleaning the oily contents in the metal surface. So we should clean the metal with a soap solution first. So first method is we should clean the metal surface with the soap solution and dolomite powder. So dolomite powder is some powders which is used for cleaning the metal surface by reducing the rusting. And next is derusting. Derusting is when the metal is exposed to the oxygen, it becomes corroded. So to remove the rusting process, we use some acids like tartaric acid and citric acid. So tartaric acid is naturally present in tamarind and citric acid is naturally present in lemon. So we use these products to remove the rust from the metal surface. And the next step is polishing. So we use white ash here. So white ash is nothing but it is generally called as vibhuti in Tamil. So we use the white ash to absorb the moisture or the excess oil materials from the metal surface, and we should rub with a cotton sponge in the metal surface and so that it will be polished. And next we use brasso liquid. So the brasso liquid is next step of polishing, and we should pour some amount of brasso liquid in the cotton sponge and we should rub against the metal surface to attain the polished metal. And next is coating. So the coating is the important procedure of this whole steps. So after completing, before coating, we should also be very careful with the degreasing, derusting and polishing, because if these three steps are not done properly, the coating of the chemical will not stick towards the metal properly. So the coating. First is we should clean the metal. After these three steps, we should clean the metal with PUT and NCT. So PUT is nothing but PU thinner and NCT is nitrocellulose thinner. And here PU is polyurethane thinner. So we should clean the metal to remove the excess dust from the metal, because if we apply the coating after the drying process, the dust particles in the metal surface will appear to be it will not be a pleasant looking metal surface, because after applying the coating it will be stuck into the metal surface, and after the few uses, due to the dust, it can also peel off the coating. So we should clean the metal using PUT and NCT. So the next process is mixing of the coating. We should mix the base and the hardener in the ratio of 1:1, and to adjust the viscosity of the liquid, we should add some amount of thinner, that is PU and NC thinner. And next is we should mix gently and completely with the stirrer. So basically, as we are dealing with epoxy, the drying time of this epoxy is 3 hours. So before 3 hours, we should complete the coating. So we should take a small amount of epoxy hardener and base so that it will not be wasted. So we should perfectly measure the quantity of the hardener and base required for the amount of metals we are going to polish. So next is coating method. So the cleaned and polished metal is coated with the epoxy system. So after mixing the hardener and base in the correct ratio and adding the thinner to adjust the viscosity, we will get the correct ratio of the liquid that has to be coated, and this coated liquid has to be applied in the cleaned and polished metal, and this epoxy coated has to be dried for 24 hours. Now let me explain about the drying process. So the drying time of the coating is surface dry time is 15 minutes, that is touch free. We can touch the metal after the coating is 15 time. Tack free time is 1 hour. So next, the pot life is 3 hours. After mixing the base and the hardener together, before 3 hours we should use this. That is what called as pot life. And the shell life is before 18 months we can use the epoxy and hardener separately. So this is the drying time.
That is actually shelf life. That is, it is displayed in the market in the shelf,
Yeah,
you know.
okay.
So that is after its expiry date is
18 months. So shelf life, that is separately the hardener and the base before mixing, it can be used from before 18 months, the expiry date, and after mixing the hardener and the base, it should be used before 3 hours. So this is the drying time, and this is the process of the epo coating. And now let me explain about the applications of epo coating. So it acts as a strong adhesive and it is used as a powder coating on washers, dryers and other white goods. So it is a primer to prevent corrosion in automobiles and boats. Because in automobiles and boats industries, like let us take a car, it travels all through the road and every places. So the dust and damages will be more if there is no coating provided in the car. So this coating prevents, it acts as a primer to prevent the corrosion in all the metal surfaces like automobile industries and boat industries. And next is, it is a corrosion protection for steel pipe, oil and gas industries. So the epoxy coatings is also given in the metal cans and containers, which is used to store acid foods such as tomatoes and lemons, etc. And it is also used for the flooring applications, used as a floor paints in industrial and commercial applications. So next let's see about the applications of polyurethane coatings. So the epo coating is a strong coating on the metal layer. The polyurethane gives more stability to the epo coating. So first let's see the application. UV stability. When we used it as like polyurethane coating as a top coat over the epoxy, it prevents the yellowing of the coating. And next, the chemical resistance. So it acts as a resistance to staining from hot or cold tires. And next, it increases the impact and abrasion of the resistance. Polyurethane coating, when applied on the epo coating, it increases the impact and abrasion of the resistance. And next is finishes. So it the polyurethane finishes, it ranges from stain to semi-gloss to high gloss, and optional wear and safety additives can be incorporated in the top coat of the texture. Thank you.
Okay. That is, you are talking about this metal finishing, that is the metal pre-treatment. Can you show that?
The process, sir.
Process. Where you are talked about the different types of pre-treatment. That is, before giving coating, we must do the degreasing, de-rusting and polishing. Is it not? So in that case, after polishing you have to clean the metal, then you have to go for coating. That's correct.
Yes.
But you are not mentioned what type of metal you are taken.
So we used we used copper metal, brass and
so non-ferrous metal.
Non-ferrous metal.
Okay.
And also we treated in some wood layers, sir.
Can you show me the non-ferrous metal, whatever you have coated?
I can show the copper metal, sir. This is one of the coated metals, sir.
Nice.
So we first pre-treated and then we coated, and it is also tested for the heat resistance. It also sustains the heat for minimum 5 hours, 5 to 6 hours.
How did you test that?
This is a we use yesterday we lighted this candle. So it's lasted up to 5 hours, and after we took it, it does not have any black stains. Usually the uncoated candles will have that.
So it doesn't develop any such
black stains.
Blackening, black stains.
Yeah, it doesn't
so
develop any black
in fact this will be very useful for housewives,
Yeah, so
and not only for
it is
that,
very easy to clean,
and it will be useful for temples also.
Yes, sir.
Is it not? Where temples where you can see lot of carbon blacks because of the wick, burnt wick.
Before cleaning this candle, it was very hard to remove the black stains from this. But after coated, it is easy to remove the black stains.
Very good. Did you conduct any tests of this coating, and what about the results? Can you show me?
Sir, actually we tested the scratch test using a 2H pencil. We tested on a wooden layer.
So I think you have already submitted the video.
We have already submitted the video, and we have also tested using some acid, citric acid and detergents and water. So we'll provide the test results. We'll provide the test results of those metals in the next video.
So still it is in the testing process.
In the testing process.
Well done.